Hey everybody, Pat Spielman here, founder of LeadEngine, and in this video I'm excited to share with you a demo of the LeadEngine campaign builder, which has a ton of features for cold emailing, make everybody's life a lot easier. Okay, so that's what the focus of this video is going to be. So I'm going to hop into the campaign module here. We'll just start a new one. And when you set up a new campaign, you've got a number of different options. So first of all, we'll just do, demo campaign or something. We have a number of options on this first screen for, first of all, conversion optimization. So this is quite a bit different than what you're going to see in really any other cold email tool. So what does this do? Our AI is going to optimize your content, and if you are accepting or loading lookalike leads, which I'll talk about later, it's going to basically change the algorithm to target more people who look like this event that has happened in the past. Okay, so let's just say you want to optimize for conversions or opportunities, call it, meetings, that kind of thing. It's going to look at your lead lists and the people that you have enrolled, and it's going to go through and try to identify people from that list that look like ones that you've had that success in the past with, and then it's going to prioritize and rank them and reach out to those leads before any other leads. Okay, so instead of your sequencer basically just starting at the top of the list and working its way down, now it's getting smarter. Okay, so that's a big benefit, where other platforms just don't have that. So you can see success with your campaigns much, much faster. Okay, this next option, you pick a lead validation. Okay, so basically, there's a few different levels of email validation or lead validation we can do. So this first level is your basic validation. Is it valid? Is it invalid? Is it spam trap? Is it a catch-all? That kind of stuff. So we do that automatically as part of the campaign process. Then there's a second level for catch-all scoring. So if you're sending to a lot of custom email servers or Microsoft inboxes, you can have deliverability issues with those. Okay, and if you're having high bounce rates, you may want to come in and turn on catch-all scoring. And what that's going to do is it's going to score those emails, and the ones that have a higher likelihood of bouncing, it's going to remove those from your campaigns. Okay, and then the third level here is AI lead scoring. So it's going to look at the persona that you're reaching out to and make sure that that persona actually is the right lead that you want to target for that campaign. So effectively what it's doing is it's going out, it's scraping the web, and it's using AI to determine if it's somebody inside of this campaign that you actually want to target. And the less and less people you actually email, the better it is. Because the idea with any one of these is that they're not good fits, right? So not a good email, not a good catch-all email, and not a good prospect. So instead of just blasting emails and sending as many as you can that jeopardize your domain reputation and your deliverability. And then also, if you're emailing those irrelevant leads, they're more likely to mark you as spam. The message is going to be irrelevant. That's where you end up having more problems with deliverability, and maybe your campaigns fail. Maybe the whole endeavor for cold emailing fails altogether. For your business, for a client's business, whatever it might be, we want to prevent these as much as possible. So that's what those are for. Then we've got apply automation. So Rev Copilot, what that will do is it will tee up a reply for you inside of the inbox. This isn't this video. I won't show you the inbox today. There'll be a different video. And then we'll be releasing the Rev AI, the autopilot. There's a little bit more stuff to build with this one. So we've focused our priorities in certain areas right now. So we'll launch with the Rev Copilot. Okay. So you can just go into the inbox, edit the message that it wrote if you need to edit it, and then hit send so a human can review it. You'll pick your inboxes that you want to send from. Okay, so inside of LeadEngine here, the inboxes can be assigned to a seat. So a seat can be a collection of inboxes just for easier, segmentation and stuff like that. All right, now let's continue into the campaign builder itself, or the copywriting builder. This is going to be a lot different than what you're used to building a campaign in on any other platform. Okay, so this segment's going to take me a little while to go through, and the purpose of this video is I want to be as comprehensive as I possibly can, okay? Because there's some nooks and crannies here, but it's all intended to make your cold emailing process a lot easier. So let's just start on the left side. I'm going to work my way down, okay? And then I'll hop over to the right side. just some of the basics here. You can add emails, so on and so forth into your campaign. You can delete them. You can duplicate them if you want. All right, you can set the days, the day that you want it to be sent. So this might be day 3. You might want day 5 here, so on and so forth. So instead of adding the number of days to delay, you just add the day that you want it to be sent. If you are doing basic email campaigns and not using like dynamic copy and things of that nature, you can run A/B tests. Okay, so you can run as many tests as you want inside of a specific message template. Okay, so that's sort of the basics in adding message templates. All right. But some of the fun stuff here is going to be when we get into writing copy. So we've built a lot of tools to help you write better copy for your campaigns and then save that information so that next time you go to launch a campaign, it's a lot easier. But we've made it to where this is AI that's going to help you write the copy, but you control the AI and using the infrastructure we've built so we know it works really well. So what are some of the pieces that we need to help us do that? First of all, we need what we call is an avatar. An avatar is information about your business. So let me just pull up an example here. So an avatar is going to represent your company. You can name the avatar whatever you want. You can give it the company name, give it a website. All right, and then you enter the problem you solved, your solution, your competitive advantage, and then any results you might have gotten. Okay, there's also a button here. Once you have the website in here, you can have our Rev AI finish some of this. Now you might want to edit it, tweak it, that kind of stuff. All right. But this is going to help give the AI context about your company, or the specific angle. So take, for example, LeadEngine. We're targeting B2B companies, and we're targeting cold email agencies. So I have avatars here specifically for cold email companies so that, the problem we solve, our solution, our competitive advantages, and things like that, those are going to guide the AI. All right. So let me just pick one of these. I'll just pick this prospect pilot one. Then your persona is information about the prospect and the person you're targeting for that campaign. So I'm going to just pick Scaling Sam here. Okay, Scaling Sam is the founder and CEO of a growing B2B company in the US with a small team of 12 employees. He's passionate about scaling his business. He juggles multiple roles, so on and so forth. So this is a description of Sam. But that can be built automatically with AI based on how many employee range that you enter in here, industries. This one's a generic one. I just entered B2B, but you can enter marketing, advertising, any industry really you want. All right. The job titles that you're targeting, if there's any specific keywords you might have. And then where we go deeper, it's going to help guide the AI to write better copy. And once you have this top information filled in, you can hit the Rev AI. It's going to fill in that persona's deepest desires, their problems and frustrations, implications of those problems, and then failures and missteps. This is going to help guide the AI copy later so that it's hitting on, these things that are more likely to resonate with your persona. Okay, and again, AI can help you do this, but then you can just come in and you can edit it if you really want to. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit save on that, and I'll make sure I pick that one. Just to show you quick too, you can hit plus on any one of these, so you're going to see a plus sign on anything that you can add new options for. You can hit a plus sign. Now, if you're reaching out because it was an event based for any sort of reason, you can add a specific event. You can create a new event, give it information. Right? I didn't show this earlier, but you can actually insert merge fields from the database, okay, for that lead. So you can insert any field. It could be, personalization field. It could just be any sort of data field that you want to store data in. Sky's the limit that you can do there. Then you've got dynamic copy. So if you toggle this on, what this is going to do is this is going to write a unique variation of the email for every single lead. Okay, so this is sort of a form of spin tax, but what this allows us to do then is pick some options over here, which I'll get to. It also allows us to do dynamic testing, which I'll explain in just a minute. Okay, so dynamic copy is going to rewrite the email for every single lead, and it be a unique one-to-one version for each person. This is going to help with deliverability. It can also help with personalization. Okay, so we'll have some personalization features where it'll scrape your leads' websites or their LinkedIn profiles and things of that nature, and then you can actually have personalized elements within your email. which I'll get to in just a little bit. Okay, so let me just give you an example here. I'm just going to hit, actually before I hit write, let me just explain how this works. So if you didn't want to use any of these avatars or personas and you just wanted to write, your own email template, you absolutely can do that. You can just, type in whatever you want for an email. And your email is static, all right? And you're not using really any of the bells and whistles inside of the platform, and that's totally fine. Now, if you want a static email and then you want to take things to the next level, you could just do AI spin tags. Okay, that's totally fine. Otherwise, you can use, if you do hit write here, what this is going to do is it's going to write your email for you, and then you can use this as a template. So if you don't have dynamic copy on, fine. It's not going to change the email between each lead. It's going to keep the email the same. Unless you turn on spin tags. In that case, it's just going to take this and then it's going to spin it. Okay, so that's something to understand with that. So you can have everything from just a basic template and it say the exact words that you want it to say every single time, to doing some of these, dynamic copy, which is, going to take stuff from over here, it's going to rewrite it every single time, or you could just take your template and then spin it, which means it's the same template over and over, it just said slightly different. Okay, now I want to get into perfecting this because you probably looked at this after I hit generate and saw, I was like, well, Patrick, this is a 34-second read time email and it's 112 words and it's a really long subject line and it's a really long email. Okay, so this was obviously just built, there's no instructions other than the avatar and the persona. Okay, so the AI just wrote an email based on the information that was passed. It knows it's writing a cold email, but it just wrote it, a generic email. Over here is where we start fine tuning the email here. And again, whether you are just fine tuning your template that you want to send over and over again, or whether you want to turn on dynamic copy or have just AI spin tags on your template, you can do that. All right, so now let's start to dial this in a little bit. Okay, so an angle. What is an angle? An angle identifies a distinct message approach or viewpoint tailored to capture each persona's attention. So it's a specific angle. We want to bias the AI towards a specific verbiage, right? A specific tone, not tone necessarily, but just the way what words are included basically inside of your email. So let me give you an example. So this one, for instance, adaptive email copy based on prospect behavior. So this is a lead engine angle, right? So the use of AI to dynamically adjust email content based on prospect interactions, enabling campaigns to remain relevant and engaging throughout the outreach process. This angle prioritizes real-time adaptability to increase engagement rates. So this is passing that information over to the AI, so it's taking that specific angle for the outreach. So let me just hit write. This might be a long email still, but let's just see what came out. So are you struggling to efficiently identify and engage high quality leads for company name? LeadEngine automates the process of finding ideal customers using AI-driven automation and machine learning. Our self-driving campaigns learn from every interaction, dynamically adjusting email content based on prospect behavior. Okay, so it's taking this as an angle for the email. Now we've got our angle, we can apply a copywriting framework. So there's lots of frameworks out there. We'll have pre-built everything inside of this account for you. You can create your own frameworks and all that kind of stuff. But let's just say you want to let's just do a simple one, problem solution call to action to start. Okay, so now this is going to write the email for that specific framework. Now let me show you how this is built. So you've got a description, and then you can break down the specifics on each line, what should basically be included. And I'll move my head here. You can add more and more lines if you want. Okay, so that's how that is effectively writing copy. Let me hit write again, and we're gonna keep perfecting this thing. Okay, so now it's got a problem, struggling to efficiently engage high quality leads through the cold email outreach, so on and so forth. LeadEngine automates the process of identifying ideal customers with AI, so on and so forth. Okay, so now it's got our problem, solution, call to action. Now, of course, we might want to keep dialing in this in a little bit further. So we've got tones of voice, and you can add your own tones of voice in here too. You can do whatever you want. Okay, I hit write. Now it's going to be a little bit more. So now it's a formal tone of voice. All right, so now I don't love this email, okay? So this looks really long and bulky, but we haven't even applied a word limit to it yet. So maybe we want to come in, we want to say, I want 75 word limit. So now adding that has significantly improved it. Okay, so now you can just look at it visually and see, okay, having some guide rails or some guardrails on the word limit is now making this much, much better. It actually wrote 57 words, so it cut out quite a bit of words. So now it's, struggling to maintain reliable lead gen process can hinder your company's growth at company. Lead Engine AI leverages AI-driven automation to adapt and personalize your cold email outreach, ensuring your campaigns remain engaging and relevant, ultimately increasing engagement rates significantly. Would an adaptive lead generation solution that aligns with your goals be worth a discussion? Okay, so still not like perfect, right? We've got a long subject line. Some of this sounds, I don't know, kind of like a lot of buzzwords and maybe some like large language model wording and things of that nature. So let's start to improve it. Let's add some what we call attributes. So what an attribute is it can help you fine tune and perfect things within the copy. So example, I don't like the subject line. Let's just say I don't like that it's too long. So you can, when you create these attributes, all right, let's just say I want to use 3 words max. Okay, so all this is a name and then a description, and I can give it like examples. All right. So now when I write this, I'm just going to hit rewrite. It's got 3 words. Now I might want to say, okay, I want to make this look a little bit more human. So I want to make sure there's no capitalization. And I don't really like lead engagement boost, but maybe let's do, actually, let me do one at a time. Okay, so now there's no capitalization there. And now let's say I want a problem style. Let's see if it writes a problem style. Lead generation struggle. Okay, so this is a way to fine tune things, but still, between, if you have dynamic copy on, each person is going to get a unique variation. Okay, if this is just your template, then this is going to be the same template written or sent over and over again. And again, unless you have the AI syntax, which is it'll just take this template and then slightly start changing the verbiage, nothing crazy. You can do that same concept for the subject line and then the body. Okay, so you can give it additional attributes and things of that nature. You can also kind of accomplish that within your frameworks as well, but this is just a little bit easier to start applying like little things to your copy. All right, and then just to denote inside of like an attribute, if you want it for a subject line specifically, you just turn it on. And then the AI knows that it's a subject line because the AI writes your emails and it writes your subject lines actually separately. Okay, that's the way to get the best output for your copy. Now we're sitting here going like, okay, starting to get a little bit better, but let's look at the body now instead of just the subject line. Many B2B businesses struggle to efficiently identify and engage high quality leads, often leading to missed revenue opportunities and overwhelming workloads. Yada yada yada. So it's still fitting our framework, but it's a lot better. It's formal. We've got a word limit on it. Now let's hop into quality assurance. What this is going to do, it takes fine tuning this stuff to another level. Basically, what this is doing is it's passing it through to new AI prompts. So far, how we're building this is like it's sort of building an AI, like a single AI prompt to some degree, and the longer and longer that a prompt is, the harder it is for AI to be more effective. So this allows you to fine tune this output using quality assurance prompts. So it's brand new prompts. So for instance, like some people, like a lot of people don't like, that AI writes with like large language model type wording, phrases, and formatting. So I can select this and that will help fine tune it. I got to move my video here again. So I'm just going to hit edit here. So this has long detailed list of instructions here. Okay. Now, when I exclude this and I hit write, it's going to take a little bit longer to think because it's taking a little bit longer to write emails. So let's listen to it now or read it now. Many B2B founders struggle with inefficient lead gen, leading to missed revenue opportunities and exhaustion. Lead Engine AI uses AI to adaptively refine your outreach campaigns, boosting engagement by up to 6x and making sure that your messaging stays relevant as prospects interact. Would improving your engagement rates to simplify high quality lead generation be worth a discussion? That's a pretty good email. Okay. Now, if we want to refine a little bit further, maybe we want to write buzz-free copy so it could remove some buzzwords. This helps make it sound less hypey. There's less power words. It also can help, just make things feel like it's not really a marketing email, but more personalized. So let's see what happens. So now it's passing it through more quality assurance AIs. Okay, so finding good leads can be tough, especially if you're using old methods. LeadEngine automates how you find and connect with leads by personalizing messages using AI. It adjusts quickly to improve your cold email outreach, making it effective as paid ads. This can lead to up to six times better engagement. I don't love that it added 3 sentences right here, but it did keep it short and sweet. All right, but every variation will probably be a little bit different. So if I click it again, let's see how it handles it this time. So now it's 2. All right, sometimes it'll put in 1, but this is actually a good thing for your deliverability and varying things up. Okay. Also, you can get a little bit more strict with how your frameworks are written here. This is probably a fairly generic, solution, detailed benefits, how to address. Yeah. Okay. So it's probably, taking this sentence and sort of adding a second one in there for me. So you can get a little bit more specific with how your frameworks are written. And again, we'll have templates in here for you. You can clone them and make them your own and things like that. All right. Now maybe we want to try to make it even a little bit more human. All right, we have this other quality assurance to start adding abbreviations. If you want to have, instead of using full words in some areas, it can write actual abbreviations for words. Still sort of fine tuning some of this, but like dealing, with lead gen issues. So it didn't say lead generation, it says lead gen. It doesn't do it for every single word, of course, but certain words, especially if you have limited resources. LeadEngine AI simplifies your outreach. Our AI-powered campaigns change in real time. Here's another with, right? So it added some abbreviations, can just make it look a little bit more human. But you can do this over and over again. You can polish these things up any way you possibly want. And keep in mind, within any of our builders, right, you can use the slash command and insert any variable from the database for that lead. So it'll pass any variable that you want to guide the AI in any specific manner, which is pretty darn cool. Okay, and that's super easy to do. We've got some other ones in here, concise and clarity. It's already pretty concise and clear, but if you wanted to make it more concise and clear, the one that I like in here is it's got a low UME ratio instruction in it. I don't know that this is going to change it a whole lot. Let's see what happens. And while that's running, just to note here, the 1, 2, and 3 is the order that the AI passes the quality assurance through. So you can put these in a specific order, whatever order you want, it'll run it. Okay, so yeah, so that's that. I don't love that it added the second sentence here. Okay, but maybe there's something in my prompting I need to update. But again, it'll probably, each variation is going to be, slightly different. And that is beneficial again to your deliverability. Okay, yeah, so this one wrote 1 sentence. Facing challenges with limited resources and ineffective lead generation can slow growth and lead to frustration. LeadEngine AI automates email content adjustments based on interactions, increasing engagement and simplifying outreach for businesses like, insert company. Would you be open to discussing a steady flow of high quality leads? Okay, so I mean that's pretty good. What I want to do, I want to just show you. I'm going to uncheck these just so it runs a little bit quicker. Now we've got some other frameworks in here, right? So here's one that's like an offer and a PS line. Lead gen challenge. If we could enhance your lead generation efficiency by 50% while reducing outreach time, would you be interested? PS, we helped a B2B company automate their cold email campaigns and achieve a 6x increase in engagement rates, significantly boosting their client acquisition efforts. Right? So now you can just flip between these and change them up. Now here's a lead magnet problem solution call to action. So let's see what this one says. Can I send you 50 free lookalike leads and their contact info based on your best customers to help accelerate your outreach? Many B2B companies struggle, so it's putting in the problem now, with identifying high quality leads, and it can feel overwhelming to juggle multiple roles while maintaining growth. LeadEngine automates lead gen utilizing, so on and so forth. So you can just switch between each one of these and see what you like, right? So I've got a lot of different frameworks in here. Here's problem solution call to action and then a PS at the line or at the end with a guarantee. And we guarantee satisfaction with proven success. Okay, so it's following that, which is pretty cool. And again, you can create your own frameworks. Now, part of the reason why I'm showing you this is to show you the next feature and why having all of these is beneficial. So if I toggle on dynamic copy, you're going to see an option over here that says dynamic testing. So whereas this sends it's a unique variation for every single lead using the same framework over and over again. If I have that on, then I can toggle on dynamic testing. What this is going to do is it's now going to allow you to multi-select angles and multi-select frameworks and multi-select tones of voice if you want, and multi-select word limits. Now, this serves two benefits. One, your copy is changing up from lead to lead, so it's rotating between each of these options between every email, which is super cool. That's a deliverability benefit by sending more randomized copy, but also what we're doing is our AI is analyzing the results, your replies, your positive replies, your opportunities that are getting generated. And then it'll optimize itself around which is performing better, your angles, which framework, which angle, which tone of voice, what word limit. If there's statistical significance there, right? If you're sending 100 emails, it's probably not going to do much. But if you're sending thousands of emails, this is going to help you perfect and optimize for actual conversions, okay? So this isn't a dumb sequencer anymore. This is a smart sequencer. You got dynamic testing. You got conversion optimization. And something I didn't even mention earlier is that our system actually ranks and prioritizes the leads, not just based on lead score, but also who you're emailing. Google, Microsoft, if it's valid, if it's catch-all, all this kind of stuff. It's a smarter process to prioritize leads and copy based on what's most likely to convert across your leads and copy. That's unheard of. Okay, so that's the copywriting builder. Pretty in-depth demo here. Let me just throw in some text there. Not going to let me move forward. Oh, let's see. We'll just turn that off so I can move forward. And then the last step of your campaign builder is you pick a start date. Optionally, you can pick an end date. You can customize your days and hours. We have it defaulted to Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay. You can pick your lead sources. So if you've got custom leads or a custom lead list, when you add lead lists into the system, you end up with, all your lead lists inside here. Then you just pick one. You can exclude lead lists. So let's just say you always want to make sure you exclude anybody, any lead inside of your account who has replied back, do not contact, or hard bounce, or not interested, or maybe anybody who's ever been an opportunity, or maybe not out of office, anyone who ever replied back and wanted to be unsubscribed, anybody who you got an email back saying it was the wrong contact, whatever it might be, you can just turn these on. These are lists that we manage for you automatically inside of the platform. Okay, you don't have to do anything other than just send emails and we will auto segment and add your leads to these lists. Okay, so you can do that. You can also, if you want to exclude any of your own custom lists, you can do that as well. And then this little toggle here is super cool where as you start having wins, you start generating opportunities, positive replies, you turn this on, it's going to go out and find more leads that look like them. Find their contact information, identify the company, find their contact information, and automatically add them into your campaigns. That's pretty cool. Now, the last piece to the puzzle here is since we're a credit-based system, we don't charge you for leads sitting in the database or anything like that. It's based on what you're actually pumping out in terms of how many email sends. So you just enter the number of credits that you're wanting to spend on either a monthly basis, daily, weekly, or lifetime. Okay, and that's that. In this case, let me tie off a couple, settings here. For instance, so let's just say I want to send 200,000 or apply, 200,000 credits. So it's estimating it's going to send, can send up to, 7.4K emails. Now, this is just how many I have in the lead list, right? So I might need more leads, or you can turn on lookalike leads. And it's estimating that you're going to generate 1 to 8 opportunities. Okay. Now, if you want to send more volume, since we are a credit-based system, a lot of these things are, they consume credits, right? So we're providing extra services. Everything costs, money. We got AI and web scraping and catch-all scoring and validation and, AI and all this kind of stuff. So if, you don't want to consume as many credits, you might say, okay, I'm fine with just starting with email validation. I'm not really, I don't really need, this, but I think the Rev Copilot sounds like something I want to do, right? And come back into here, right? So now I can send 66,000 emails. It's not going to give me an estimate on the opportunities because I don't have this on, but you've got you can turn that back on and it's going to estimate it. Okay, so some of those settings will impact, of course, how many sends you can do as they consume credits. Okay, so and then like this, for instance, you've got 40,000 sends, and you've only got 3,500 leads, well, need to, I don't need to do that many. I could do 20,000, right? And that'll be just fine. When you run out of leads, it's not going to keep consuming more and more credits, right? But if you do turn on like lookalike leads, you want to make sure you've got enough room to add credits to lookalike leads, consume credits as well, okay? But you've got your estimation on how many opportunities are there and so on and so forth. You hit create and you're good to go, all right? So that's a very in-depth demo of the campaign builder inside of LeadEngine. A ton of features to automate your campaigns with AI, with machine learning, copywriting tools, adding new leads, like the whole kit and caboodle. This is by far, like I spent a lot of time on this demo here, but I mean this is much easier to build campaigns and manage your campaigns on an ongoing basis and a much smarter way to manage your campaigns for just increase success and decrease operational needs for hiring and management and things of that nature. So hope you enjoy these features. Hope you got some value from this video, and we'll see you guys soon. Thanks.